Hi, this is Tim Taylor, Real Estate Success Coach. Back in 1983, I saw my first real estate infomercial. I knew instantly that that's what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to be a real estate investor. I saw the lifestyle and the freedom that real estate investing provided, and I knew that's what I wanted for my life. So I started talking to my family and my friends, and I started sharing this dream with them that this is what I wanted to do. And they were very quick to tell me how that would never work in our area. It would never work based on my situation of our family not coming from money. And they told me that you needed to have money to make money. So instead of following my dream, I followed in my father's footsteps. He was in corporate America, and he told me that going to school and following the corporate America path was the way to go. So since I looked up to him as a role model, that's what I did. I gave up on my dream and I went into corporate America. I went into corporate America for 10 years until the year 1994. I saw myself in corporate America living paycheck to paycheck. I literally only had $338 in my bank account after working 10 years. In 1994, it all changed. Back then, my father, who was running a manufacturing company, he came to me one day and said after 33 years of him working for the same company, they fired him. I saw how his whole life changed. I saw how his identity as a man shifted in that very instance. And it was the first time in my life that I ever saw my father scared. And that scared me. And I started looking back on my own life that day and said, my life is an exact mirror of my father's. He started in corporate America at 18 years old, just like I did. He helped build a company to be very successful, but there was no security in corporate America. And his life changed in an instant. And I looked at him and I noticed that he didn't have a backup plan. He didn't have a retirement account. He didn't have a plan for the future if corporate America didn't work. And I knew that I needed to have a backup plan. And I started reflecting back to 1983 when I remember having that dream about being a real estate investor. And I knew that this was the path. In that moment, I made a decision that I was going to put my fear on the shelf and I was going to go for my dream. I needed to have financial freedom. I needed to have a lifestyle. I wanted to feel like I was young and alive forever. So I said, how am I going to make this work? How am I going to make real estate investing be my plan for the future? And I didn't know. I felt a little bit clueless. I didn't know what plan to take, who to follow, what to do. So I started looking at how I became somewhat successful in corporate America. And it was because I had my father as a mentor. He's the one that showed me how to increase sales, how to prove efficiencies in manufacturing. So I said, that's what I need to do in real estate. I need to get a mentor. And if you lived in my small town in Ashtabula, Ohio, my real estate mentor was obvious. He didn't know it, but I did. I used to see how this gentleman, his name was Ray. He was 36 years old. He was chauffeured around in a limousine. And it all came from the freedom of real estate investing. And I knew that I needed to get Ray to mentor me. So I approached him one day and asked him if he would mentor me. And he absolutely said that he would not. He knew that he didn't want to waste his time with another person just saying that they would do something, saying that they would follow it, but they never would. So he wanted to have some leverage on me. So he said, I will train you only if you will buy 10 houses off of me first. You need to prove to me that you're committed to success. And I didn't know how I was going to buy 10 houses. I had $338 in my bank account. I didn't know how to do this. And he said, if you're really committed, you'll find a way. You'll find the money if you're committed. And I said, fine, I will do this. Every day for the next 6 months, I was approaching banks, approaching people in my community that I knew had money. I was getting rejected day in and day out. Day in, people were telling me that it would never work. You would never be able to buy 10 houses with no real estate experience, no money to put down. But Ray kept showing me how to do it with my determination. Just keep approaching people, keep approaching people, keep approaching people. And finally, someone saw the passion in me and they said yes. They lent me the money to buy those 10 houses. Ray then took me under his wing and he showed me how to do this business, how to buy houses, how to market to get motivated sellers to contact me, how to raise the private money. He showed me the blueprint, and I followed it, and it worked. I had a dream from the moment I started, and I bought my first property in 1995, was to retire by the time I was 40 years old. I had a 10-year plan. I was going to build a real estate empire. And by my 40th birthday, which would have been in 2005, I was going to sell it all off and retire to a white sandy beach. Well, that's what I did. In October of 2004, I had bought and sold hundreds and hundreds of single-family homes, had rental properties, apartment complexes. I saw a real estate crash coming, and in 2004, I cashed out and I retired to a white sandy beach. I thought I was going to live my dream. And that all changed after about 47 days. 47 days into my retirement, I was completely empty and unfulfilled. I was on an island in Cancun, and I was completely empty. And I didn't know why. What I soon discovered is because I no longer had a purpose in my life. You see, I was hungry when I was going after my real estate career. I was hungry every day, getting up, going after this vision I had of retirement. So every day I would work on my business, work on my life. That's why it became so successful. Once I retired, I had no more vision. I then knew that I needed to come up with what was next in life. That's why I'm speaking with you here today. I studied human behavior for the next 3 years of my retirement. I wanted to find out, why was I successful in real estate and why wasn't everyone successful in real estate? Why did I have a dream and it came true? And why is it that so many other people have dreams but they don't do anything about it? And I soon learned that we are all driven by our fears. And I saw that what really helped me get through my fears was my mentors. The mentors and role models in my life that showed me the path. They were kind of like my safety net that was underneath me. So I didn't have to make all the decisions myself. I could bounce things off of them, and they kind of gave me their blessing. You know, I would run a deal by Ray, and he'd let me know if it was a good deal or not. He'd run the comps with me. He'd show me if I was estimating the repairs correctly, if I was evaluating the house correctly, what I could sell it for. And once I had his confirmation, it took all my fears away. Well, once I retired, and I was looking for what was next in life, I recalled back when I was working with a few students of my own, where people kept approaching me saying, would you show me what you do? Would you show me how to become successful? And I did. I showed them my exact blueprint. Because when I set this business up back in 1995, since I was a corporate America guy to begin with, I was a systems guy. When I set this business up, as I was learning it, I started capturing all the information. I started creating checklists and scripts so I could do it the same way each and every time. You know, I almost modeled like a McDonald's franchise prototype, where everything had a system, had a checklist. If I rehabbed a house, every single house looked exactly the same each and every time. I used the same faucets. I used the same color paint. I used the same carpeting. I used the same system of selling it. I used the same marketing to get my buyers. And I captured it all in a manual while I was building it. Well, once I retired, people started asking me how I was doing it. Well, I just shared my manual with them. I said, here is the blueprint to do the entire business. Just set this up. And then when you set the marketing up to get the leads coming in. And you'll really find that there's really 5 key steps to this business. There's 5 key steps to make this whole real estate and business empire happen of buying and selling single-family houses. It starts, number 1, with marketing. I knew that if I wanted to create a system of buying and selling houses, I need to have a marketing. I need to flood my local market with my marketing plan that said that I bought houses in the area. So I created 8 steps to marketing, how I got leads coming in predictably each and every month. And what I did is I showed them, this is the marketing plan. Just go set this up in your neighborhood. And just like McDonald's French fries taste the same in every neighborhood, my marketing plan produced the same results in every neighborhood. So they just replicated the system. So step 1 is you must have a marketing plan that captures leads predictably and cost efficiently. Step number 2 is once these leads start coming in, you need to know how to evaluate the lead. You need to be able to tell the difference between a hot lead and a dead lead. And I have a quick formula to show within 15 seconds I can tell if it's a good deal or not a good deal that I'm just going to throw away in my trash can. So how to evaluate the leads is the second key to this real estate investing business. And the third step is kind of twofold. It's one is you need to have private lending. I have a quick and easy system to find private lenders that if you have no money and no credit like I did back in 1995, you can still buy houses. You can get other people to lend you the money to buy these single family homes. And I'll show you the very simple script. It's one sentence that gets people to lend you money to fund your deals, regardless of your credit or your present situation. So getting private lending is part of step 3, and then equally as important is making offers. You need to be making offers week in and week out. 10 offers a week to make this business a reality. Step number 4 is you need to have a follow-up system. Because not every one of your offers that you make is going to get accepted your very first time. So you need to have a follow-up system in place so that you're staying in contact with the seller, letting them know that you're still interested in the property if they rejected your offer the first time. And that's where determination and a system comes into place. A system of resubmitting the offers each and every month that got rejected the very first time. And step number 5 is you need to have a system to sell the houses quickly. And the system must work whether you're in an up real estate market or a down real estate market. I have a system right now in this down real estate market that I am getting multiple full price offers. And my students are also across the country using this very simple system of how to price the house, how to offer a bonus, how to get multiple offers coming in. And the market will always tell you if you're priced correctly. If you're not getting 2 to 3 offers a week, your price is too high or the condition of the house doesn't warrant the price you're asking. So you need to adjust the formula quickly and lower your price or improve the house to get it to be sold in this down market. So of these 5 key steps, you always need to be evaluating them. Your marketing, how to evaluate the offers, private lending and making offers, your follow-up system, and then how to sell homes quickly. And I teach all of this in a mentorship program. If you're interested in something like that, I have training classes where I work with 12 people at a time, and I'll show you how to set up this exact system in your local neighborhood, regardless of your credit, regardless of your present situation. The training classes are on Mondays and Thursdays over 8 weeks. It's an actual 1-year mentorship program that we'll be working together, but you'll be setting this system up on Mondays and Thursdays over 8 weeks. I teach because I kind of know how the mind works, that sometimes we get overwhelmed. So I lay out the training in 2 training sessions per week. So you can kind of absorb the material in bite-sized chunks. So we have a training class on a Monday where you'll be learning a certain aspect of the business. Let's say it's the marketing. And at the end of that training class, I say, okay, now that you've learned this part, go set up this part of your business. Once you have it set up, come back on Thursday and we'll layer in the next aspect of the business. And we do that every Monday and Thursday. We'll also be showing you how to set up your entities so you're protected from predators who want to steal your assets once you've built your empire. It's the entire business from start to finish of how to buy and sell multiple single-family homes per month. Now, every Wednesday, we have a live question and answer call. And this is a true mentorship program where I'm not going to leave you out to dry. You will be working with me personally. That's why I only work with 12 people. Every Wednesday, we're going to be going over your deals. You're actually going to be sending me by email the addresses of the leads that you get in. And I will be evaluating them alongside of you, with you, even doing them for you if you're one of these 12 people that I have the pleasure of working with personally. And you'll be sending me the address. I'll look up the comps. I'll be going over the comps with you to make sure that we know what this house is going to sell for when you go to sell it. I'll be having you take interior and exterior photographs of the house, and you'll send those over to me so I can estimate the repairs along with you to make sure you're doing it correctly. We'll be structuring the offer together to make sure that you're not making any mistakes. I'll be showing you how to fill out the contracts. I will have you fill it out and then email it over to me so I can review it to make sure that it's done correctly before you present your offer to the seller. So in a mentorship program, you're truly going to be, I'm going to be your safety net to make sure that not only going to show you how to do the business, but I'm going to be holding your hand the entire way for a full year to make sure that you do it correctly. Now, I can only work with 12 people at a time, and I'm not trying to work with everyone. It takes the right individual that we're a good fit together. They got to have the right inner game. You know, I coined a phrase that says, until you own the 6 inches of real estate between your ears, you won't own any real estate beneath your feet. And that is so true. It takes the right DNA to truly be successful, to be able to, when obstacles and roadblocks come in your way, to be able to plow right through them. That takes a determination. That takes a focus. That takes someone who is willing to put their fear on the shelf. And I can show you how to do that. Matter of fact, that is what we spend the first 3 training sessions doing, is going over this inner game. How to have the psychology of success. You'll be learning things that I believe will absolutely change your life. You know, at the end of the day, you'll find that it's not really the money that we're looking for. It's freedom. It's freedom to live a lifestyle. Back in 1995, one of my dreams was to live on a white sandy beach. Well, you're sitting in my home with me right now doing just that. Dreams can come true if you have a passion and you stay single-mindedly with your eye on that target, and you don't listen to the naysayers that get you off course of your dream. Follow someone who has always walked the path before you, that's already lived the life that you want to live, and model them. Model, because they've already got the business plan. They've already got the blueprint. Just let them show you how to do it. Let them hold your hand and guide you through the way. Now, if you go to my website, if you're not on my website already, you can go to timtaylorsuccesscoach.com. There is a ton of free information on there that can literally change your life, that you can absolutely do this business from just the free information that I've provided for you on the website. You'll see a live case study where I've done an actual deal here recently. Well, you'll see the deal from beginning to end, to where I did the marketing of how I got a lead of a motivated seller that was in foreclosure, and how I negotiated the deal with the homeowner to buy the house. You're going to see how I raised the private money to fund the deal without having to use any of my own money or credit. You're going to see how I negotiated the sale with the homeowner, how I hired my contractor, how I estimated the repairs of the house, and I actually hired a film crew to go through the entire rehab process. So you're going to see the rehab at different stages until its completion. And then at the end, you're going to see how I marketed this house and sold the house quickly within 60 days and profited over $20,000 in this real estate market that most people believe is a down market that you can't sell any houses in. And I'm going to show you how that's just not true. In addition, on my website, you're going to see a webinar where you're going to get these 5 key steps that I've described so you can set them up in your own neighborhood. In addition, I've also had free videos on there. You can go to my YouTube site. You're going to see videos where I show you how to buy houses with no money, no credit. You're going to see how I run a formula so I know how much to pay for a single family house that needs repairs. I call it my all cash offer formula. I have examples of videos in there where I've done a no money down deal on a pretty house where it was a $260,000 house that was a beautiful home that I optioned for $100 and then sold the house simultaneously within 26 days and profited over $20,000. There are videos on there that show you how to lease option houses, how to raise private money. So please take advantage of these. I have my selling system on there. I've laid it all out there as free information of my way of giving back to try to make a difference. As I mentioned, at the end of our life, it's more than just the money. We want a lifestyle. We're driven by our fears, and there's a way to overcome our fears, to get to the lifestyle, to the freedom that we truly desire. You know, I'm almost 50 years old right now, and I feel like I'm 25 again. We also just want to be young. Real estate investing is a vehicle that can get you to the lifestyle, to the dreams, to the freedom, to feel young again, to feel alive, to know that your life had purpose. please, if you've had this desire to be a real estate investor, use some of the free information that's on my website. I promise it will change your life. Thanks for listening, and I hope that we get a chance to work together personally in the near future. Thank you.